Hello. In this demonstration, we will be making chicken paprikas. Chicken paprikas is a dish of braised chicken and using the liquid that we braised it in to create a gravy, and this is served over dumplings. So we will have this dish broken up into three parts. One will be the first part of breaking down, searing, and getting the chicken ready to be braised in the oven. The second part will be finishing the chicken and creating the sauce. And the third part will be the dumplings. So first we're going to break down the chicken. We'll give a quick demonstration on breaking that down. And we're going to take this down to a 6-piece cut instead of a 8-piece cut. We'll talk about what we have to do to make it an 8-piece. So first we can take off the wings. I like to hold the wing up and cut underneath the armpit until I hit the joint, and then I'll bend the wing back so that I can see where the joint is and cut between the joints. Breaking down chicken is all about finding the joints and cutting between them without cutting any of the other important meat. For the legs, I'll hold onto the drumstick and hold it up, and then I'll cut in between the breast and the thigh. Now I will hyperextend and pop out the bone right here so that I can cut in between the back and the upper thigh. If I wanted to make this an 8-piece cut, what I would do is I would separate the drumstick from the thigh by finding there's a little seam that you see right in here. And if I would cut along that, I would cut right in between the two pieces of meat, okay, the drumstick and the thigh. Now I did that just for a demonstration's sake. And this one we'll leave on. Hyperextend, cut in between. There we go. Now to remove the breast, I'm going to put the back side down. Push down, make sure it's nice and flat. I'm going to find the center of the bird, the breast, and then move my knife slightly to one side or the other to remove that piece of meat. And then I will cut straight down until I hit the plate, the chest plate. And then with this hand, I'm going to pull over to the outside while the tip of my knife slides along the bone, slides along the chest plate. That way I know I'm not wasting any meat. I want to make sure there's not a collarbone attached at the top there. So here we have our tenderloin is still attached, and we have our skin on, boneless. Now for the right side, cut down on the other side of the center bone that comes straight up at you. It comes straight up, so we're cutting down either side of it. And there's the tenderloin still attached, no bones, skin off. And we will roast the wings and the carcass for chicken stock. Now what we're going to do is we're going to we're going to sear the chicken on both sides. And because we have so much, we're going to use the flat top to do so. So first we're going to season with salt and pepper, nice and high like snowflakes. Nice and even. Here we go with the pepper. And we always season both sides of meat. We can season the backside after we place this skin side down on the flat top. So we'll take a little bit of our vegetable oil now and we will oil the flat top that has been preheated. And we will put the chicken skin side down so that it gets nice and crispy. Now we can season the backside. I turned the heat up because the chicken was cold. It took down the temperature of the flat top, making it less effective when searing. So at this point, I turn the heat up a little bit so that we can get a strong sear. And if you notice that there are any places that the chicken is not getting seared because of a lack of oil or fat on the flat top, just add a little bit more. Always want to be sure to sanitize and be aware of any place that the chicken juices may have been dripping or touching. Clean as you go. It's always a great idea to clean as you go. You will work a lot safer and more organized. Plus, you'll thank yourself at the end when you are cleaning up. All right. Now, while the chicken's searing, we'll talk a little bit about the braising liquid. What we are going to braise the chicken in is chicken stock, hot chicken stock. We have aromatics, 2 sprigs of rosemary, a bunch of parsley stems, and 4 bay leaves. We also have about 2 ounces or about 4 tablespoons of paprika, Hungarian style paprika, and a teaspoon of liquid smoke. Liquid smoke is optional. We have a nice golden brown. And the reason we sear is for color, flavor, and to lock the juices in. So we will prepare the braising liquid now while the chicken is finishing its sear. Take our rosemary, parsley, bay leaves. Those can go down on the bottom. Liquid smoke. Paprika. Chicken stock. And now we will place the chicken in with the braising liquid. Now our chicken stock was nice and piping hot when we placed it in, so we do not need to bring this up to temperature right now. What we'll do is put a lid on, and we will braise this for about 2 hours on a low temperature of 250 degrees. That will infuse the flavor of the broth into the chicken, as well as make the chicken legs and chicken breast very tender. At that point, we will remove the chicken meat from the broth, and we will add sour cream and a thickening agent to make the gravy.